Hi guys, welcome back to Movie Chat and More, and if you're here for the very first time, welcome. Today I want to talk about Scream 4. Yeah, Scream 4. We know they're probably, well, I think they are making a Scream 5, but I'm not really here to talk about Scream 5 today. Scream 4, 2011. 2011. I had the misfortune of seeing this movie at the cinema. And misfortune, I'll explain. I will explain. I'll get there. I know I go off on tangents every now and then, but well, quite a lot. But I will get there. Scream 4, whether you love it or you hate it, it makes no fucking sense. It makes no sense in the world. The plot line of this movie, it saddens me. It really does. That this was Wes Craven's last movie. I have the ghost face tattoo done in memory of Wes. Maybe a couple of months after Wes Craven died. And of course, I love the Scream films. I love Scream. Scream. The original is wow. Scream 2 is pretty good. Scream 3, Scream 4. I'm just going to jump straight to it. This movie makes no fucking sense whatsoever because, spoiler, just in case you haven't seen it, the film's 9 years old, so if you haven't seen it, you probably don't want to see it, and I don't blame you. Look, Sidney Prescott, yeah, the protagonist throughout Scream and Scream 2 and Scream 3 is now pretty famous. You know, she's just written a book, and she's pretty famous. And she has been ever since 1996, when the events of the original Scream happened. You know, Billy and Stu, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, you're not a Scream fan. Nothing wrong with that, but if you haven't ever seen Scream, give it a go. The original. Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to be talking like you know everything, okay? I'm going to be talking like you know Scream and Scream 2 and Scream 3 and Scream 4. So, Sidney Prescott comes back to her hometown of Woodsboro because she has written a book which is done pretty well. It's all about, I think, what happened to her in Scream and Scream 2 and Scream 3. Okay, that's a good premise to come back home and do a book signing. You know, do a book signing in your hometown. Great. But, and spoiler, the killer in this movie is Sidney Prescott's cousin, a young girl of about the age of 17. And the reason this cousin of Sidney Prescott is doing what she's doing, I know she has an accomplice in the Scream series. That's not so much of a shock. My hair is. I am getting a cut very, very, very soon. But in Scream 4, Jill, I can't remember her surname, but Jill, Sidney Prescott's cousin, is so jealous of everything that's happened to Sidney. Not not almost being killed time and time and time again, but the publicity, but the publicity that Sydney has gained from what has happened to her. And now, of course, she's got a best-selling novel, a best-selling book, you know. And Jill is pissed off because all these years it's always been about Sydney. It doesn't work. Here's why. Simple mathematics again, and I'm the worst mathematician there ever was. Look, it doesn't work. How Kevin Williamson could have wrote this, and how Wes Craven, his last movie, Wes Craven's last movie, how they had the balls to bring this movie to us under the premise of Jill being jealous of Sydney, her cousin. If it was a sister who was younger than Sydney, if Jill was a sister, excuse me, spit all over you. If Jill was Sydney's younger sister that no one ever knew about, okay, it would be hard to believe. But a cousin? Now, I'm not saying we're not close to our cousins. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that at all. When Scream took place, when the events of Scream took place in Woodsboro, it was 1996. That would have made Jill, Sidney Prescott's cousin, roughly around 2 to 3 years of age. So she wouldn't have had a clue what was going on. Fast forward 4 years to the events of Scream 3. How old does that make Jill? I'm not the best mathematician in the world, but I know Jill would have been, 6 years old? On the premise that in Scream 4, Jill is roughly 16, 17 years old. So, when all this shit was going down with Sydney, and Jill would have been either 2, 3, in between 2 and 6 years old. And in Scream 4, we are led to believe that she is completely and utterly jealous to the point of insanity that she wants comeback on her cousin Sydney. Oh, all the attention went to you. Nobody ever cared about me. It was all about you, Sid. And of course, she ropes in some Macaulay Culkin lookalike relative, to help her kill off people in the movie. And Scream 4 has some cool kill scenes. It does. But the story is a joke. Jill would have been about 2 years old. She was a baby, when Sydney went through what she went through in the original Scream movie. She would have been about 6, possibly 7 years old when the events of Scream 3 took place. So now, little Jill has a reason to not only kill Sydney, her cousin, but lots and lots and lots of other people in in the town of Woodsboro. I would get it if... Actually, no, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. It makes no sense to me. And there are some people out there who prefer. You may be one of them. It's your right. It's all subjective, yeah. You may love Scream 4. You may think it's the best Scream movie, even better than the original. I doubt that, but you may. But the story is fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid because the main antagonist in this movie, her reason for doing what she's doing, she would have been 2 years old when the events of Scream took place. She would have been about 6 years old when the events of Scream 3 took place. Why would she be so jealous? Why would she even give a fuck? It makes no sense. Kevin Williamson wrote this movie. Wes Craven, rest in peace, directed this movie, and you can watch the movie. I watched it last night. I quite enjoyed it. Well, kind of, but the premise, it doesn't make any goddamn sense. Why Sydney's cousin would be so jealous of Sydney? It doesn't make any sense. It's not like they were sisters growing up together. It's not like they were cousins of a similar age. Similar. You know, it makes no sense why Jill, whatever her name is, related to Sidney Prescott's cousin. It makes no sense. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. How Williamson could have put pen to paper on this piece of shit is beyond me, because he is a fantastic writer, and Wes Craven, what can you say? The movie itself, there's one more thing I want to talk about when it comes to Scream 4. Now, 9 years ago, when I saw this movie at the cinema, I'm an old-fashioned kind of guy. I'm 39 years old. I'm going to be 40 very soon. But I'm an old-fashioned kind of guy. Now, what they seem to be saying to me in this movie, in Scream 4, is whatever kind of technology that you were used to using in the mid to late 90s is a joke. Because look what we have now. This is so much better. The high-tech cameras attached to the head, filming everything that's going down. Come on. What were they thinking of? I mean, because now, watching the movie, you look at that technology that was going on in 2011, 9 years later, most of it is, what's the word, defunct? Most of the technology that they rammed down our throats in Scream 4 is not about anymore. Things have moved on. Technology, sadly enough, has moved on. We've gotten bigger and better. We've gotten bigger and badder. It saddens me. It really does sadden me. because I remember watching that movie 9 years ago in the cinema, and I remember thinking, you can shove all this technology bullshit down our throats. In a few years' time, there's going to be something better. Well, when I say better, I mean more up to date. So we got these kids running around showing off their technology, basically taking the piss out of everything that came before. Like Gal Weathers, or Gal Deputy Duty's, well, Sheriff Duty's wife, Riley. Yeah, that's it. So we have Gal Riley, Courtney Cox, with backward technology in this film. And she doesn't really understand the technology that's going on for the kids to be doing what they're doing. So that, to me, is kind of like a big fuck you to my generation. Because when Scream came out in 1996, I was either 16 or 15. And that's what I knew. Big cameras on the shoulders of newsmen. That still happens now. It still happened in 2011. Of course it did. But these guys are going around with these little headsets and filming what they're doing and taking the piss out of Gal. It makes no sense. It's trying to say what I believe. Whatever you knew back in 1996, 1998, even the year 2000, doesn't matter now, because we have this new technology. We have something that makes you look like a dick and a very, very, very old-fashioned, very decrepit person. What the fuck? What the fuck? We made your movie a hit, Wes. We, Kevin Williamson, made your movie a hit. So why take a swing at us? You know why? Because you, Williamson, and you, the late great Kevin, I hope not, the late great Wes Craven, felt the pressures of the marketplace. Okay, why do that? Old fogies like me made your movie a fucking hit. I went to see Scream 2 at the cinema. Unfortunately, I didn't have the opportunity to see Scream, the original Scream, at the cinema. Scream 2 I did, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's good. Scream 3, not so much. Scream 4, there's almost nothing positive I can say about this movie. It's almost like they are taking the audience that made Scream and Scream 2 and even Scream 3, even though Scream 3 wasn't a massive hit. It made its money. But come on. You're taking the audience that made your movie a massive hit. And it did. I mean, I could make a separate video all about this. I could make a separate video all about Scream. Not all about Eve. All about Scream and how it basically reinvented the slasher genre. And it did. Nobody gave a fuck about slasher movies in 1996. No one cared. It was Craven who I mean, look what Craven did in 1984 with A Nightmare on Elm Street. Do I have to say anything more? And then 1996, Scream comes along, and in between those two movies, like I said earlier, the slasher genre was dead. Scream was the one that brought it back. And the majority of I will get it right. The majority of us loved Scream. If you've clicked on this video, you're probably a Scream fan. So what was going through their heads when they decided to make Scream 4, and it was written like a guy like me who's 39, 40 very soon, decrepit old farts. And that's what I find funny about Scream 4. Very self-indulgent funny. Because Scream 4, the technology, a lot of it is now old. So I was last night when I watched Scream 4 on DVD, I couldn't help myself. Every time they were trying to display something that was so new, so fantastic in technology, and now it's like, that's pretty 2011. Now we're in 2020. I couldn't help myself. I was pointing at the TV, old technology, old technology, old technology. I couldn't help myself. I couldn't. So they are my problems with Scream 4. And now Scream 5 has been given the green light. Pretty much like the green light I'm looking at right there. Scream 5. That's a different video for a different time. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think anybody knows what's going to happen with Scream 5. Whether it's going to be a remake, a reboot, or a continuation from Scream 4. I don't know. This is kind of a rant video. I haven't exactly put my ducks in a row. I haven't commentalized my thoughts when it comes to Scream 4. I watched it last night. I watched Scream 4 last night. And my feelings for the movie have not changed. It's okay as a slasher movie. But if you want to watch the Scream movies, 1, 2, 3's a bit, I don't mind Scream 3. It's a hell of a lot better than Scream 4. In my humble opinion, it is. Scream 4 took the audience. It took me. If you're roughly my age, or a little bit younger, or a little bit older, it took us and told us, hey, look, whatever you believed, I could go on and on and on, but I'm not going to. It would get boring. It took us out of our comfort zone. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but don't take us, your fans, Wes, your fans, Kevin, don't take us and make us look like fucking idiots. Don't do it. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you tell us everything we knew in 1996, me being 16 years old when the movie came out, and tell us, oh, that's all old-fashioned, we don't need that anymore, we've got this, we've got technology that makes Gal Weathers look like an old fart. Why do that? Because that's what you did, and it was intentional. It wasn't by accident. And the whole thing with Sydney, excuse me, the whole thing with Sydney's cousin, 2 years old roughly when Sydney was, you know, in when the events of the original Scream took place, that gal was a baby. She was still kind of a baby when the events of Scream 3 took place. Why would she have all this pent-up hostility towards her cousin Sydney? It makes no goddamn sense. I'm going to stop there, guys. I want to know what you think of Scream, especially what you think of Scream 4, because that's what this video is all about, by and large. And I want you to comment down below and let me know what you think of Scream 4. Plus, guys, don't be shy. If you want to talk about Scream, Scream 2, Scream 3, any upcoming Scream 5, comment down below and let me know. Maybe I'm being too critical. It's up to you to let me know. Right here at Movie Chat and more. My name's Richard. Hopefully you know that by now. Thank you very, very much for watching. I will make another video as soon as I can. It's going to be pretty difficult for a while, but I'm going to talk to you guys as much as I possibly can because I love talking to you guys. You know, it's great. Anyway, guys, I will see you all again very soon, hopefully, and thanks again for watching. Comment down below and let me know what you think of Scream 4 and everything I said about it, and maybe you totally disagree or you agree with me. It doesn't make any difference. It's interesting to know. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again soon, hopefully. Cheers. Bye.